on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video today. So today's video is going to be a little bit different for you guys. Bust. Making all that noise for? What are you doing, man? All right, back on topic here. So today's video is going to be just a little different for everybody. Been doing a lot of work around the house, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned a couple videos back. Well, if I didn't, I've been doing a lot of work around the house. I have a handheld blower that my neighbor actually gave to me. It's been a little temperamental. So I had enough of it. And the problem with it is when you start it, it starts fine, it runs fine, it idles fine. It goes probably about half throttle fine, and then wide open, it bogs. But it'll stay running, but it won't like go full like wide open. I narrowed down the problem to multiple things wrong with this blower. By the way, this is a Stihl, S-T-I-H-L-E, I believe it is. It's a BG85. I'm pretty sure the BG50 and up are mostly the same, just as long as they're handheld blowers. Pretty sure they're all the same. But I want to get this thing running right. I really could use it to get some of the leaves out of here and everything. I like to do my porch and everything. So in today's video, we're going to be pretty much rebuilding this whole entire thing, as far as, well, not rebuilding it. We're going to be giving it a major tune-up. So I happened to find a complete kit for this on Amazon, which I can put the link down below. I think it was $17.99, but it came with everything you're going to need to do this. The only thing it didn't come with was the spark arrestor and the exhaust, which I'm going to take that out and clean it up. Show you guys what I'm talking about there. I already cleaned it, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit better. And when we get there, I'll explain to you what happened. But yeah, so let's hop right into this. I'll show you what tools you need, what the kit looks like that I bought, and what the blower looks like. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is the Stihl. I don't know how to say it. Just correct me in the comments down below, please. This is a BG85 unit. So if you have one of these, I'm pretty sure the BG50, 55, 60, 65, I think they're all the same for the most part. They're just a little bit smaller, but I think they use the same parts because that's what it listed as. I can't confirm, but I know this is the proper one for this. So we have our unit here that needs to be freshened up a little bit because it bogs under wide open. So when you go, like, it idles fine, it goes like half throttle fine, then it bogs at wide open. It'll stay running, but it won't, blow the hardest that it can under wide open because it's bogging. So I kind of narrowed it down a little bit. The spark arrestor was definitely a problem. I'm gonna actually pull that back out and clean it a little bit better, but I'll tell you guys about that when we get to it. I know my mixture's right and everything because this is a 2-stroke, so I know the mixture's right. We're good there, so definitely needs to be tuned up a little bit. So this is the kit that I bought on Amazon right here. This was about $17.99 without shipping. Shipping's probably another like $5, I think it was. But this is a complete tune-up kit. Comes with your air filter. Comes with both gaskets, the one behind the carb and the one in front of the carb. Comes with a new carburetor. This is probably just a Chinese carburetor. I'm sure it's just a cheapy carb, but it's going to do the job. I actually put one of these cheap carburetors on my Yamaha Blaster that I had, and it worked fine. So I have no concern about that. Comes with a new spark plug, which we also need. I don't think the plug's ever been done in this, so new spark plug. Comes with the new fuel line, your return and feed, and then your filter goes on the end here. It's nice to have this, nice and new. Those do crack and get brittle over time. It comes with 2 extra bulbs, priming bulbs. So hold on to these. You're not going to need it right now because there is one in the carb already, but it's good to have these around just in case they ever break or anything. Comes with a new fuel filter. And this is just miscellaneous fuel line. I don't think we're going to use this, but it comes with the kit, so it's definitely pretty nice to have it. I'm sure I can use it on something else, like something for the car or something, maybe. Then the tools you're going to need. This gun is not necessary, but it's nice to have. It makes the job a lot quicker. So I would highly consider getting one of these if you can. This is a 15mm socket. This is what size your spark arrestor is in the exhaust. I have a flat, a Phillips. I have a T25 torque spit. That's going to be for your casing bolts around the whole unit. This is an 8mm for the 2 nuts that hold the carburetor on. This is a 3/8 to 1/4 inch drive adapter because both of these sockets here are 1/4 inch. Then I have a 3/4 spark plug socket and a ratchet. For you car guys, this is not a 5/8 spark plug. This is a 3/4 spark plug. It is bigger. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you have the right stuff. And yeah, we're going to hop right into this and we're going to get this thing pretty much running like brand new, hopefully. Cross my fingers. I really hope so, because it's been very, very temperamental with me and I'm not happy with it. But I did get it for free. So if I have to put $17 into it, it is what it is. It's a win-win, right? All right, so I'm going to start by disassembling this whole entire case. Get to the insides here. The carburetor sits right behind here. And then our linkage and everything goes up to the trigger, which is right there. We're going to have to pop our air filter out and get all that exposed. And once I get that all exposed, I'll be back and we'll move on to removing the carb, hopefully. So yeah, let me put you guys on time lapse and let me get this part really quick. So I got our covers off and this is what we're after right here. So I took the pull cord off, very simple, 4 bolts. T25 Torx bits. I took our air filter cover off, air box, I guess you could say, if we're talking car terms. And then I also took off the locking mechanism for the trigger and just this plastic cover. That's the cover for the handle up top. So now we're exposed with this. We have our really old, nasty air filter. We're just going to, yeah, put that over there. Don't go after it. Don't. It's not a chew toy. Let me pick that up. That's probably a pretty bad idea to throw it on the ground with the dog here. So, anyways, guys, this is where our carburetor is, right here. You can see the priming bulb and everything. But before we tackle this and remove it, there is going to be a linkage, which runs up here. You can see it right here. This is very, very simple. It just pops right out, like so. And then you kind of got to play with it a little bit here, because it does do like a little S-bend type thing. So I know this is going to give me a little bit of an issue to get it out. If you guys can't get it out, you can remove the carb with it on, which is what I might do, possibly. No, I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. So as you can see, the end there is like a little S-bend. So you got to play with it a little bit to get it out. Don't lose this. You need this. The kit does not come with that. And then we could pop out our little trigger, our throttle, or whatever you want to call it. And now we are ready to unloosen the 2 nuts right here and right here. These are 8mm, and I'm just going to use my gun for it. And then there's going to be 2 fuel lines at the bottom of the carburetor. I'm just going to squeeze them and pop them off. I've already had this carburetor off, so those lines are going to come right off for me. Yours probably won't. You'll probably have to, you know, pull on them a little bit harder because they do get stuck on there, but it's not that big a deal. You will get them off, and if you break them, guess what? The kit comes with new ones, so don't worry about it if you break them. But I'm going to put you guys back on time lapse, and I'm going to get these 2 nuts off. I'm going to get the carburetor off completely, and then I'll pick you guys right back up. So as you can see, we have no carburetor on here. That is what we were after. So we have our old carburetor right here. I'm pretty sure this is just really gunked up. I mean, I could have cleaned it, but to be honest with you, this is such a small carburetor and these jets are so small that I just honestly didn't want to mess with it. So for $17, I'll definitely buy a new one. So yeah, you guys probably clean it. I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want, but yeah. When you remove this, you're not going to actually lose any fuel because a 2-stroke system works on like a vacuum. So whenever you pull this and it starts running, that's when it's going to suck your fuel up. So by you disconnecting these hoses, it's not really going to do anything as far as leak fuel or anything. Just don't press your bulb if you do have fuel in it like I do, because if you press this, it is going to shoot out that hose right there. And it's going to make a mess. So just leave be, leave the fuel in it. It's not that big a deal. You can discard it this way. I'm probably going to hold on to this for, you know, just extra parts if I need them. But yeah. So now the next step here is to grab the fuel filter, which is in here. I'll have to pop this cap off here really quick. And it's going to be very hard for you to see, but the hose that runs in there, that's what we're after. The fuel filter's on the end of that hose. And then we're going to be able to pop this whole entire grommet out right here, back here. I know it's hard to see, guys. It pretty much just looks like that, and it just presses in. So I'm talking about this grommet right there. So I'm going to put you guys back in a time lapse, and we're going to get the fuel filter off, we're going to get the hose off, and we're going to get the new hose on and the new fuel filter on, and then we'll hop back into it and put the carburetor back on. So stay tuned. So as you guys can tell from that time lapse, this thing was a pain in the you-know-what to get seated in that tank, man. The grommet has like a lip on it, and you got to push it down, and it has to go around even all the way. But I did get it. It just fought me left and right. And also, I would highly recommend putting your fuel filter on the end of this before you put it on. Because I did not do that, and I had to like fish it out and get it over here to put my fuel filter on. But my fuel filter is in fact on. It's going to be hard to see in there, but it is down there, right there. You could kind of see it right over there. It is on. It was a pain in the butt, but it does work. And yeah, so now, well, actually now for me, I'm going to go eat dinner. And for you guys in the next clip, we will start putting the carburetor on with both new gaskets and everything. So yeah, hopefully that goes smoothly, more smoothly than this freaking thing went right here, because I don't want to have to deal with that again. That thing was a pain in the butt. So I know why it won't run. There ain't no dang carburetor on it, duh. I know, in all seriousness, we need to get this thing back together. So I believe, yeah. So your rear gasket has a little port for air. And you see this gasket, how it has that little port on that side there. So this is going to be your rear gasket. And then this one right here is going to be your front, because it doesn't have the port. So we're going to toss this on. Nice new gaskets are always good, you know. I'll put that like that. Make sure you don't get your hoses all tangled up in it. And make sure that opening is obviously on the side of the port. That's very important. And then we are ready to slide our new carburetor on. So the priming bulb faces towards you. We're going to slide her on. Don't forget your hoses on the bottom. Just going to get her on there like so. It should slide on pretty easy. You might have to wiggle it around just a little bit. Not a big deal. And we are going to slide the hoses on the bottom. Do is put this thing all the way together, and then have to take it back apart. So yeah, definitely don't want that. Wow, these new hoses are a real pain in the butt to get on here. Probably should have put some grease or something to help them slide on. I'd rather just sit here and suffer and fight with it, because that's what we do. All right, so now we're going to bolt back our, wherever the hell I put it, there it is. This is your air filter housing, I guess you can call it. Guys, I work on cars, I don't work on lawn mowers and all this type of stuff. Here's your gasket. This can only go one way, I believe. Yeah. It only fits one way, so you can't really screw that up. Just be mindful of how it lines up. And then we can bolt back our air filter housing. There was two 8mm nuts for that. These guys right here. Just gonna start them by hand. You don't want to go crazy tight with these, but I am going to just snug it up with a gun. If you're not familiar with your impact gun, you might want to do this by hand, but I know this gun very, very well. I used it every day for a very long time. So that's all it needs. It doesn't need anything crazy, just enough. And that should be more than enough for it. All right. So now we can put our new filter in. It's right there, nice and new, nice and clean. The tab on the filter right here goes towards the rear, like away from where the pull cord would be. This filter's a little tight, but I think it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. We just gotta get it in there. That. Okay. Now we can put our lid back, which is down here. This is just your airbox lid. Nothing crazy there. It's got two tabs in the back, and then it just clips right in like that. And that's back on. Everything looks pretty good there. We're gonna put our linkages back on. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now the way I got this off was I moved the throttle a little bit and it seemed to work. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, and there we go. Went on nice and easy. Then we need to reinstall our trigger, our throttle. That goes on like that, and it just slides straight on. Then you can clip your linkage back in here. Now, I recommend checking your throttle before you bolt all this back together, because that would just kind of suck if it didn't work, but it does work. When you do the throttle with no handle cover on, you need to hold that rod in, because it will come out. So I think what we're going to do now is, while we have this the way it is, I think it's going to be easier to get at the spark plug. So we're going to tackle the spark plug right now. I want to prime this just to make sure I don't have any leaks or anything, and also make sure that it works right. Oh, I got it. We're good. Just took a little persuasion with the priming bulb over here. My dog is freaking out right now. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. He's playing with a lot of toys. Alright, so we do have fuel in the bowl. I would like to see a little bit more than that, though. We'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to tackle the spark plug right now. Alright, I'm going to pop the spark plug loose. It's pretty tight. Alright, there she goes. Just crack that loose. Show you guys what the spark plug looks like. It looks absolutely disgusting. It's obviously really black and probably fouled. Probably not good anymore. And here's our nice new spark plug that we're going to put in. Just throw that in. You'll feel it, it doesn't got to be crazy tight. You can just, you'll feel when it gets tight. There's a crush washer on the spark plug, so you'll feel when to stop. It kind of just gets like, what's the word I'm looking for, like snug. But it doesn't got to be crazy. Like right about there. I'd say it's probably good. You can torque it, but you don't have to. We use a torque wrench around here. put that back, put the spark plug wire back on, and now we can reassemble our casing, I believe. Yeah, we have all of our new parts out here, so we'll reassemble the casing, and then I'll show you guys what the spark arrestor looks like. So let's get that done. Let me put you guys in the time lapse. I'll get all this buttoned up, and then I'll move on to the spark arrestor. So we have a reassembled blower. Now, just really quickly, I'm going to pull out the spark arrestor just to show you guys. I already cleaned mine, so it's probably not too dirty. I might clean it up a little bit more, but we'll see what it looks like when I take it out. So your spark arrestor is pretty much I don't want to say filter for your exhaust, but what it does is it's a spark arrestor. So it's pretty much there to make sure you don't catch anything on fire out of your exhaust, because sometimes these things will shoot a little bit of like oily gas out of them, especially if they're running rich. It will do that. So that's there to pretty much make sure you don't catch trees on fire or anything like that. Some quads have those too. I know to ride in certain places you need them, but this particular model blower, the spark arrestor, is a 15mm socket, and I'm just going to pull that out really quick. It's right up in here, right here. So I'm going to pop that out really quick, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what a spark arrestor looks like. As you can see through the spark arrestor. So I'm going to say this one is actually good. I cleaned this the other day, just trying to troubleshoot what was going on with this thing. But when I first took this out, you could not see through it at all. It was so clogged. I don't even know how this thing was running. This is pretty much putting like a potato in your exhaust if this thing's clogged. You know, obviously your car is going to shoot the potato out. Well, it can't shoot it out if it's completely clogged with carbon. So just keep that in mind. But typically, well, at least what I was told, is on this model, this is more than likely always your problem. I mean, unless, you know, obviously your carb's no good or whatever the case is, but this, the majority of the time, is going to be your issue. So I'm going to pop this back in, and we're going to go try to start this thing. Now, just keep in mind, there is 2 adjustment knobs on top of the carburetor. Those 2 little black knobs, you can see one of them there, and there's another one next to it. Your one that's towards your air filter is going to be your high speed, and the one that's towards the pull start is going to be your low speed. Chances are I'm going to have to adjust those. I highly doubt this thing is going to run how it should with just however they set them, but you never know. So we'll give it a shot first and see what happens. Oh guys, I would say she runs absolutely beautiful. She has never ran this good before. No more breaking up at all. Like 0 breaking up. I did not adjust this carburetor. This is how it came out of the box. So with surprise, it does actually run really well. And as you can see, it works great. Perfect. If you guys like what you saw in today's video, I want you to smash the like button on this video, and I also want you to subscribe to the channel. We are over 500 subscribers right now, which is awesome, absolutely awesome. Thanks for the support, everybody. And yeah, so there should be a video over here on this side. You guys should check that out. It's of the Jeep, which I know all of you love so much. If you haven't already watched it, definitely head over and check it out. And then on this side, you should consider subscribing to the channel, and I would really appreciate that. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.